She triumphed. Eala just claimed victory once more. And if you caught my previous video, you already know what I mentioned. I told you this girl was about to go on a rampage. I told you she was going to be blazing after that Paulini victory. And guess what? She just proved me correct. Straight sets against a woman on a 7-match winning streak in the round of 16 of a WTA 1000. Let me walk you through exactly what occurred because you need to hear this. So you know how last time we discussed Alex defeating Jasmine Paulini, right? World number 8 6th seed in straight sets 6-1 7-6. And I told you, I literally said this to you, pay attention because this girl isn't stopping here. She's got that look in her eyes. She's competing with a level of confidence you don't typically see from a 20-year-old. And I said, Kristia is next and it's not going to be simple, but if Alex brings that same intensity, she can handle her. Well, she brought the intensity and she handled her 7-5, 6-4, 1 hour and 38 minutes. Finished, concluded. Eala is in the quarterfinals of the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, and I need you to grasp something. This is only her second WTA 1000 quarterfinal ever. This is enormous, but hold on. Before you assume Kristia was just some ordinary opponent, let me tell you who Alex just defeated because you need this background. Kristia, world number 31. A woman who has been on the WTA tour for 20 years. She has been competing in professional tennis since some of you were in diapers, and this isn't her farewell, just thrilled to be here season either. No. This woman arrived in Dubai absolutely on fire. You want to know what she accomplished 2 weeks ago? She captured the Transylvania Open in Cluj-Napoca, her home country tournament. And she didn't surrender a single set throughout the entire tournament. 5 matches, 0 sets dropped. And in the final, she demolished Emma Raducanu 6-0, 6-2. That's a former US Open champion getting absolutely humiliated. Only 23 games conceded in 5 matches, that's ridiculous. Then she rolls into Dubai and defeats Alexandra Sasnovich. Then she eliminates Linda Noskova, who's a top 20 player by the way, 7 consecutive wins, 7. She's producing the finest tennis of her 2026 campaign. She's got a title in her pocket from 2 weeks ago. She's got confidence in abundance. And you're telling me Eala, a 20-year-old ranked number 47, just walked in there and defeated her in straight sets? Yeah, that's precisely what I'm telling you. And here's how she accomplished it. Now I've got to walk you through this first set because this is where you truly see what Alex is constructed of. Kristia comes out competing like the woman who just captured a title. She's aggressive, she's striking heavy, she's utilizing all that experience to command the points, and she gets herself to 5-4 up. She's 1 game away from taking the first set. Alex is starring at a deficit against the hottest player on tour right now. And you know what typically occurs, right? You know how this usually unfolds. Young player, significant moment, veteran opponent with all the momentum. Usually the young player crumbles. Usually they tighten up, start playing cautiously, start overthinking. But I told you last time, Alex isn't that player anymore. She's transformed. She breaks Kristia from 4-5 down, she breaks, then she holds, then she breaks again. 3 consecutive games, 4-5 becomes 7-5. And Alex steals the first set right from under Kristia's nose. And you should have witnessed the crowd. The Filipino supporters, thousands of them, flags waving, going absolutely wild. They erupted because they understood. They recognized that comeback was extraordinary. You don't accomplish that against a player who's been conquering everything. You don't recover from 4-5 against someone with that level of form unless you're competing on a completely different plane. And I want you to consider what that demanded mentally. You're down 4-5. The woman on the opposite side of the net just won 7 matches in a row. She demolished a former Grand Slam champion 6-0, 6-2 2 weeks ago. She's serving to claim the set. And you look at her and you declare, not today. That's ice in your veins. That's the kind of mental strength you can't instill. That's either within you or it isn't. And for Alex, it's within her. Now let me tell you about the second set because this is where Alex truly demonstrated she's elevated her game. She carries all that momentum from the first set comeback and simply floods the court with energy. Goes up 4-0 against Kristia, a woman who hasn't dropped a match in 2 weeks. Alex is just ripping forehands, moving her feet like she's got springs in her shoes, dictating every single rally. It's like she flipped a switch after that first set comeback and simply declared, okay, this match belongs to me now. And you're sitting there observing like, yo, is this genuinely the same player who lost to Kristia in Madrid? Oh, you weren't aware of Madrid? Let me fill you in because this makes the entire situation so much more satisfying. 2024 Madrid Open. Alex is 18, she encounters Kristia in the second round. They engage in a 3-set battle, 6-3, 6-7, 6-4. Alex captured the second set in a tiebreak. She was right there. She was knocking on the door, but she couldn't seal it. Kristia's experience carried her through and Alex departed with a defeat. And that sensation you experience when you know you were close but just couldn't get it done, you know that feeling. It consumes you, it keeps you awake at night. So when the draw placed them together here in Dubai, you know Alex circled that match, you know she recalled Madrid, you know she told herself, not again, not this time. And she didn't just win, she won in straight sets. She didn't require a third set, she didn't need a tiebreak, she managed it. That's growth. That's 2 years of dedication paying off right before your eyes. The player who couldn't seal it at 18 is now the player who recovers from 4-5 down and takes the set without hesitating. That's what development resembles. But back to the second set because Kristia didn't simply surrender, right? She's been on tour for 20 years. She's not going to glance at a 4-1 deficit and just pack her belongings. She starts battling, she claws back, 4-1, then 4-2, then 4-3, then it's 5-4. And now you're watching through your fingers because you've witnessed this before. You've seen players squander these advantages. You've seen the nerves surface when the finish line is right there. And the Filipino supporters in the crowd are definitely growing a little anxious. I can sense it through my screen. And you know what Alex does? She holds serve. Match over, 6-4, no wobble, no panic. No tiebreak required. Just looked Kirsty in the face and declared, "My serve, my game, we're finished here." That is composure. A year ago, maybe that 5-4 moment rattles her. Maybe she starts overthinking, but tonight she was cold-blooded. And I admire that. Now let me place this entire Dubai run in perspective for you because I don't believe people comprehend how extraordinary this is. In this single tournament, Alex has defeated Hailey Baptiste in the first round, then Jasmine Paolini, world number 8 in the second round, and now Kirsty, who is on one of the most dominant streaks on tour in the round of 16. 3 victories and the last 2 are against absolute elite opponents, both in straight sets. At a WTA 1000 event, you don't accomplish that by chance. I need you to understand that. You don't eliminate 2 players of that caliber back-to-back by getting fortunate. That's genuine form, that's genuine confidence. That's a player who's clicking on every level. Her movement, her serve, her decision-making, her mental fortitude. Everything is functioning right now. And her ranking, oh, it's ascending. With this victory, Alex's live ranking is projected around number 38. That's a new career high. She was already the first Filipino to penetrate the top 40, and now she's pushing even higher. She's 20 years old. 20. Most players don't even discover their identity on tour until their mid-20s, and Alex is already rewriting the record books. The highest-ranked Filipino tennis player in WTA history, and she still has years and years of development ahead of her. The ceiling on this kid is genuinely staggering. Alright, now let's discuss what's approaching next because this is the portion that's going to get you excited. Her quarterfinal opponent, Coco Gauff, world number 4 Grand Slam champion, one of the most prominent names in women's tennis right now. The American superstar who's been a top 5 fixture and understands how to compete at the highest level, and she had to battle through a 3-setter against Elise Mertens in the third round. Fell behind 2-6 in the first set, recovered 7-6 in the second with a wild 11-9 tiebreak, then captured the third 6-3. So Coco understands how to fight. Coco understands how to endure. This is going to be a battle. Is Coco the favorite? Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to mislead you. She's world number 4 for a reason. But you know what? After what I've witnessed Alex accomplish this week, I am not dismissing her. Zero chance. This girl just recovered from 4-5 down against a player on a 7-match winning streak. She eliminated a top 10 player 2 days ago. She's got thousands of Filipino supporters who are going to make that stadium feel like Rizal Memorial. And she's competing with the kind of freedom and conviction that makes her threatening against absolutely anyone. You know what keeps circulating through my mind? That Madrid defeat 2 years ago, 3 sets, couldn't seal it. And now 2 years later, she faces the woman who defeated her. She gets the rematch. And she doesn't just win, she dominates. From 4-5 down to stealing the set, from 4-0 up to closing the door at 6-4. That arc right there is why you follow sports. That's the narrative. Young player loses, steps away, refines her game, returns stronger, and claims her revenge on the grandest stage she's ever performed on. You can't script that any better.